Well, Ed, just talk about it's gut check time. You're down 17 points with 14 left on your home floor, and your team dug deep and turned it around. Well, what did you see?
Well, I was disappointed with them, Wags. We talked for 2 days about making them put the ball on the floor and not shoot threes. And sure enough, we didn't. Ellis made threes and Funk made a couple threes, and it seemed like everybody was taking their turns making threes. And then I thought we had some play off the bench. I thought Luke made 2 big shots offensively, and that's what happens sometimes to get us going. And then, I decided to start pressing them a little bit. If we can get to the free throw line, which we did, kind of throw them off some rhythm. But then the last 10, 12 minutes, Bill, I was really proud of them. We went on a huge run. I thought we guarded better. I thought we sped them up. I don't think they were as comfortable shooting the basketball. And, I've always thought this team had some grit and had some determination, and they proved it again tonight. I was just, as I said to them, I was upset with them the first 30 minutes, 32. I mean, in the last 10, 12 minutes, I loved them because that's the team we are. And if we play that way, get after people defensively and rebound the ball and make cold baskets, then we look like a pretty good basketball team.
Does this show you something with your team, the fact that you have some veterans and they know how to get it done at crunch time? I mean, I don't know, coming back 17 points down to win the ball game is pretty impressive.
I didn't hear that question, Strauss. Maybe you can.
Sure. He wanted to know, what does this show you about your team coming from 17 points down?
Yeah, so you're never in it, you're never out of it, right? So we kept saying that, just chip away, just put the pressure back on them. And I thought we did that the last 10 minutes of the game. And I don't know if they scored a basket the last 10 minutes of the game. And that was important to us. I think we got our older guys, our Cam and Luke, and playing in the game. I thought our younger guys did a great job, Wags. I thought that Pat Dorsey off the bench and Deaver off the bench and Austin Inge off the bench. And my gut told me to go with Jalen Walker the last 8 minutes, and he had some nice plays. And I thought our bench was really, really propelled us the last 10 minutes of the game. And Cam made all his free throws and made some big shots, and Greg Summers got some rebounds. We didn't, our starters, we didn't play particularly well. We had some guys that didn't play real well, and were able to overcome a 17-point lead and win the game. So I'm really, really proud of them.
The line ended up being 35-9 over the last 14-18 was the run, 35-9.
That's pretty good. Really proud of them for that last 10, 12 minutes of the game. Really fun to watch.
Phil Bergman.
Coach, we were talking earlier this week about the back-to-backs and what that's going to be like. What type of momentum does this give the team heading into tomorrow's game?
Well, it's certainly better than getting your butt kicked here today. But, they're going to go back home, and they're on their way, and we're going to eat a little here and go over to Halsey and get some ice baths and try to get our legs back. And then we got to leave and drive up there tomorrow. So it's great getting the first one, Phil. It really is. It's great getting the first one. But one thing about college basketball, win or lose, you got another one right around the corner. And so you can't get too high when you have something good happen, and you can't get too low when something doesn't go your way. You got to try to stay even keel and ride this thing out. And so that's what we talked about. Hey, it's one game, it's one win. Really proud of them. They came back, they did some good things. I just don't want to be in that position. And so now we'll see what we can do tomorrow. We'll see if we can play back to back, and then we'll have some time to recover. Again, I wanted to play the bench today, so get those guys comfortable. I thought we got some great bench play, like I mentioned, and so hopefully that'll help us with the minutes tomorrow.
Phil, anything else?
Nope, thank you.
John Schofield.
Hey, Coach. John Schofield from Sing Second Sports. You mentioned playing the bench, and you really mentioned the contributions of guys. So Phil mentioned the back-to-backs. How much is your depth going to help you, do you think, going forward? Because you can basically go about 10, 11, 12 deep almost with guys who make contributions, and Yoder was hurt. So, how do you factor that into your strategy as you go into the back-to-backs?
Well, you have to. This is a hard game to play. 40 minutes of basketball back to back with the travel. If you're staying at home and you can go back to your back to your routine and get back into your routine tomorrow and play at home again, it's not as tough. But when you got to jump on the bus and drive 3.5, it's a little more challenging. And that's why I think it's, as you mentioned, John, I think our bench will be important for us. I got to do a good job of getting them all focused again and getting them ready to go to Lewistown tomorrow and play, because that team just got stung and they're upset that they had a big lead and let it, slip away. So they'll be ready to play. Nathan will do a good job getting his squad ready to go. And hopefully that we'll do a good job here in the next couple hours watching this tape. We're going back to Halsey and flip it up, and then we'll meet tomorrow morning at 9:30 and show them what we need to show them and get our minds right. I mean, it's your mind. You can control what you can control, and we got to control our minds, and we got to be ready to go. And our bench will be really important again tomorrow as going forward on these back-to-back games.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thanks. Safe travels up there.
All right, one more pass through. Wags, you good? You're good.
No. I want to have a.
Okay.
Could you talk specifically about Richard and Joko, Coach? I thought he brought tremendous energy. That play right over the scorer's table, that's the kind of effort you need. And I thought he made some big baskets.
Yeah, he did. Richard played really well. He gave us a great 25 minutes, 7 rebounds, 13 points. Wags, that play was typical of Richard. That's the way he plays. And I love our other guys feed off of him and feed off of great hustle plays that he makes. And I thought he played one heck of a basketball game tonight on both ends of the floor. Defensively, he's good. And, he even banked a free throw in tonight. So he had it all going in his right direction for him tonight. But I thought he was tremendous. Again, it's if you told me John Carter wasn't going to score and Tyler wasn't going to score and we win the game, I'd say no way. But a guy like Richard plays well for us. And the guys off the bench, Deaver, I mean, we got 23 points out of that spot, the 5 spot. Deaver had 10, Richard had 13. And so, that's a good night. And we get 23 points and 7 rebounds between Richard and Deaver out of the 5 spot. That's really good. Can they do that every night? Gosh, I hope so. But, Richard was fabulous tonight.
What is Yoder's deal, and when do you think he'll be back?
Don't know. He's seeing Dr. McDevitt's looking at him again. He not sure what he did. It's a knee, but we have no idea. He can't remember doing anything in practice. Just woke up and it didn't feel well and had some discomfort. So he's been looked at by Dr. McDevitt now and Dr. LeClaire on Monday. So he won't play tomorrow. That's for sure. And hopefully it's nothing major and we get him back in there, because that gives us another guy on the perimeter who's a good player and adds to our depth.
Cam, what changed there down the stretch? You were down by 17 points, and then you turned the game around completely. What changed?
Yeah, I think our defensive intensity was I think the story of the game, because for the first 28 to 30 minutes they were very, very comfortable, and once we started getting up, guarding them, getting our feet moving. We didn't play any zone today, which I was a little surprised that we didn't switch up, try to get out of rhythm. But that just goes to show it doesn't matter what defense we play. All we have to do is keep our feet moving and just get after guys. We play an aggressive style of defense, and if we do that and do it to the best of our ability and play like we know how to play, then we can play with anybody. So I think that's what really changed.
For you personally, Cam, it seemed as though early on you were settling for jumpers. Later in the second half, you started taking the ball to the basket more aggressively. Was that a conscious decision?
I was just taking what the defense was giving me. Some of my shots in the first half weren't the greatest, and I know that. I'll watch the film, review it, get better. But I saw how they were playing me, and I just flip the switch to attack mode. I did find myself settling a little bit, but when your guys are out there and they're hitting shots, Luke Blair came in and did a great job for us, giving us a spark off the bench. When they come in and start doing stuff like that, everything opens up for everybody. And they did a great job coming in. And then my teammates and coaches, they trust me to go out there and play my game. So I was just did what I had to do to get the win today.
Bench scoring was pretty good for Navy tonight. Evers came off the bench and scored 10. I think Jalen Porter got out there and made the baskets. Can you just talk about getting contributions from the bench and just so many different players contributing?
Yeah, it helps us, and it's kind of one of the things that we try to pride ourselves on. We're a deep team, and we love to use our bench guys because they can play just as well as the starters. They know that any given time they can come in like Deaver, like Jalen, like Austin Ince tonight played really well. If one of us has an off night, they can come in and they can contribute just as well as we can. So it's really nice to have those guys. And they bring energy. Like, they bring the things that some of the starters don't. And, like, we complement each other so well. And it doesn't matter what the minutes are because our team is fully committed to each other, fully committed to winning and trusting the process. So I was very happy with how they played. Really proud of those guys because they worked super hard for it.
Bill Bergman.
Hey, Cam, what was the turning point, would you say, in today's game for you guys?
Yeah, I think it all started with a couple threes that Luke hit. Like, whenever Luke Blair came in off the bench, he got two wide open looks, stepped in rhythm, and knocked them down. And it really, kind of jump started our, defensive intensity. We started realizing, we're chipping away at this lead, and now we really have to get stops because we can't just keep trading baskets with these guys because they're good ball players. So whenever we did that, it really kind of sparked our defense. And then ultimately, like, whenever people make shots, it's pretty contagious for our team. So we started making a couple baskets, and getting to the free throw line as well helped us too. So I think, Luke Layer's big shots really.
And then the back-to-back starts off tomorrow. Having a win like today, what type of momentum does that give you guys moving into tomorrow's game?
Oh, it's huge. It's always nice to, start off conference playing a win. And, it just goes to show that we're capable of beating these guys, even when we don't start off, playing the best way. So, if we come to play tomorrow and we come and do what we do for 40 minutes, I think we will have a similar result. But we have to be focused. We have to be locked in, take care of our bodies, eat, sleep, and, ultimately just be ready to go when we get off the bus.
Thank you.
John Schofield.
Hey, Cam, John Schofield from Sing Second Sports. There's nothing good about playing in front of no fans, except you can hear a bunch in here. And I thought your game really took off, particularly after the foul on Funk. And the Navy bench was sort of complaining about the call. And I love the leadership where basically you just told them to shut it. Hey, we got this out here, and then you really went off. Did that play a role? And where do you think you're finding your leadership voice a little bit more with each game?
Yeah, I think it's definitely developed over time. I feel a little more comfortable out there every game, and I just know that I've had issues with calls and stuff in the past, and I've just kind of let all that stuff go. Like, it doesn't matter we can't change what just happened. So we have to move on, control the controllables. And I just feel like, it helps everybody else. We got to get on the same page. As the point guard, I like to get everybody on the same page, or I'm trying to do a better job of that at least. So just trying to grow each game. And, whenever we need something, I will step in and do whatever it needs to be. So, and in that moment, it was making sure everybody knew that out here is where we're going to get the job done. We're not going to get the job done focusing on what just happened in the past.
Last question from me. Speaking of heart plays, Njoku in the first half went basically right over the press table over here and then ran back on defense from press row, came back and then drew a foul on a loose ball, getting a rebound. Did the bench notice that? Did that really charge up your teammates?
100%. Rich is notorious for doing that in practice because we have those tables out there already over press row. So he's notorious for diving after balls and doing that. So I'm really not surprised that he did it at all. But every time he does it, it's a great energy play for our team. And it came at the perfect time. It's exactly what we needed. And he just plays hard. Like, that dude is a warrior, and I'll go to battle with him any day. You give me one guy, and I'm probably going to pick Richard Njoku. So I was really happy for him.